Good morning and welcome back, and today we do a quick comparison between three long draw bows. We have the Zhu Ran from Af Archery, we have the Hou Yi, the Chinese bow from Vegh, and of course we have the Tang Chang An. This is a takedown version, so in some figures we cannot compare when you consider the weight as example. So let's see them unstrung first, that you have an idea of how they look. It's not so, let's put like this look. So the first one is the Zhu Ran, then we have the Hou Yi, and then we have so the Tang Chang An. And then what you see directly, the Zhu Ran and the Hou Yi are very close to each other. They have this flex in the handle, then they go back, and then they swing out with their shears almost similar. And then you have the Tang Chang An, has this extreme forward flex in the handle and goes simply straight forward in this more like C shape, I say now. Okay, good. So, but I made already individual reviews, so you see what it's all about. The length, when you compare them, the Zhu Ran is 63 inches, the Vegh is 62.5, and the Tang Chang An is 65.5 inches. So Tang Chang An longest, and Hou Yi from Vegh the shortest. With the arrow passes, they are all very close. We have 20mm Vegh, 19mm Alibow, and 18mm AF. So AF does make a point in this regards again. The weight 465 grams, 435, and this one doesn't count at 700, but it's the takedown version with a lot of metal in it. In poundages, you can have the AF from 20 to 50, the Vegh from 20 to 55, and Alibow from 20 to 45. So here the Vegh will win again. You have the wider poundage range. Then max draw is interesting. We have Zhu Ran 37 inches. The Vegh, they say up to 36, but recommended is 35. And with the Alibow, you have 35 inches up to 40 pounds, and higher than 40 pounds is 33 inches. That gives you an F value of 0.59 for the AF, of 0.58 for the Vegh, and 0.53 for Alibow. Then we have the string angle. Interestingly, that you have a 60-degree string angle in 30 inches with the AF, in 29 inches with the Vegh, and in 31 inches with the Alibow. So this one, best string angle. And price-wise, the AF is $339 US, free shipping everywhere. The Vegh is $354 US, free shipping in Europe. And Alibow is $400 for the normal version, $470 then for the takedown, shipping free. And we had in our point rating system 45 points for AF, 42 points for Vegh, and 43 points for Alibow. You get a voucher code ARMIN10 for the Zhu Ran, you get a voucher code ARMIN5 for the Vegh, and you get a voucher code ARMIN10 if it's your first order with Alibow. So, now, stay. Oh, please, too much bend in the bow. Doesn't like it. So, you get always a sleeve with it, obviously, and a string. Let's see how easy they are to string. The Zhu Ran. Zhu Ran. So the limb is not that far back, so it's quite easy to grab and string. Easy. So easy, easy. Then we have Vegh. easy too. The limb is not that far back. You have to only overcome this longer ends. Don't know why they made it. When you see compared to the AF, this is the string groove. Then you see how much longer the Vegh is, only for design purpose, but doesn't add anything to performance. Like it is. And we have obviously, I didn't unpack the string now. And the big difference is that the Tang Chang An is an asymmetrical bow, so the lower limb is way shorter than the upper limb. See how easy this one is to string? Because here we have more flex in the handle, so the sear goes way more back. So you're further away, so you need to first hold the bow. So hardest to string, or not harder, but you need to be more careful with the Tang Chang An because the limbs are further back. Poundage wise, we are almost roughly in the same ballpark. I just checked. The AF has 37.4, the Alibow has 37.7, and the Vegh has 36.2, so at 28, so they are roughly all the same. We shoot two different arrows, then we see where we get. So pretty with the Vegh. We have way more brace height, which I like, but look at the strung shape now, and now they start getting a little different. So the Vegh goes way longer here and then down, but everything is more smooth. The Zhu Ran is a little more aggressive, shorter here, goes deeper down, and then, but you see it by yourself. Right, good. And then we put the Alibow behind. You really can't compare because it's an asymmetrical bow, but we do what we can do. I mean, why do I always say we? Yeah, me and my split personalities, yeah, of course. So you see Alibow is very gentle in his curves at the end. Even if we had the biggest flex in the handle, at the end, it looks very smooth. So not so far off, but still, of course, it's an asymmetrical bow. The other ones are symmetrical. From the build itself, build quality-wise, they're all great. It's simply you need to know what you like more. This one is very shiny, very premium looking. You have a leather handle and you have these two nice inlays as an arrow pass, which I like a lot. With the Vegh you get this more matte finish, not so shiny, no leather handle, it's still fine, it's still an awesome bow. So this is more the understatement bow. And with Alibow you get, of course you can have them different colors, you get it shiny again, you have a leather wrap handle and you have an arrow pass on one side. So this is like the thing in between from, yeah, but you know what I mean. All pretty bows. With Alibow, of course, you have the synthetic form in it, and there is, I think, a layer of carbon, but only in the sears to make them more stiff. So you see here a black layer in it. So all built a little differently, but for the same purpose. So holding two bows is quite easy, but holding three bows, then one would need a third hand. So they all have something on their own, so they're all really nice. We start with the Zhu Ran, and with the two heavy arrows, they are from Vegh, Netherlands, and are 650 grain-ish. Nice. This is a nice bow. Two center shots. And two lightweight arrows, they are 500 grain, but you still want to go a little heavy on the arrows. Another center shot. What you feel is, when you draw further back, you feel the handle a little bending. Ooh. But you have to get it from somewhere. When you see Alibow is the longest with the shortest draw, so to say, but the handle is not moving here. The whole handle section is a little bending to get this long reach, obviously. Vegh, Hou Yi. Another center shot. I draw, almost Robin Hood arrows. I all draw the same length now, so we have my draw length. I don't draw the AF 37 inches. Nice. So here I felt now a little vibration going on, which I didn't feel in the AF, but the handle was not bending, or at least not that much. Compared to the other two, this is quite a beefy, hefty thing, quite heavy, but of course you have here a lot of metal in it. So, and when you hold it, you feel that the upper limb is longer, so you look, when you hold it where you normally hold the bow, you see that the bow is skipping, so the upper limb is a little heavier, but it doesn't bother you in the normal. At least it doesn't bother me. Let's say it so. So. So this one has a little, no, not less poundage, but draws nicer. And the lightweight ones. So and there you, oh yeah, that feels a little like dry firing. So these are too lightweight for, I don't know now, the grain per pound. But I would not go to lightweight. So with the 500 grain, it feels already like dry firing with this bow. So, but with all these bows, you should go a little heavier. But there, of course, you don't feel the handle bending at all. So, Zhu Ran in 28 meters. The left one back there. Heavy arrows. Yeah, you feel it a little heavy. But takes a shot and then you know what the bow is doing. So this one is very, very predictable. And the handle feels good. You have nice control. And even with these lighter arrows, doesn't feel like dry firing. So a few shots, you're there. Vegh, Hou Yi. Yeah, kicks them a little nicer away. Yep, nice. So even this bow, quite predictable. So, few shots. Not much difference. And the Tang Chang An, which will soon go to one of my patrons. And yes, with this videos shootout, we skip it for now. So, but you know that already. Tang Chang An. So the draw of this one feels the easiest and the smoothest of them all. But I shot completely off. Oh, I need to compensate here a bit. So this one takes a few more shots. I shoot one arrow, let's see. Because these ones feel really like dry firing and then they wobble because they're a little underspined. So there you feel it in the hand. Dry firing, so these lightweight arrows are not for this bow. You want to have heavy arrows. But with this one I had now hardest time to figure what I have to do. Takes a few more shots. Of course I did speed tests with all of them. You can check them on the full videos. I put the link to these videos in the description. Only to see now a quick comparison. The heavy arrows. 159 with the AF. 146. 159, lightweight ones. 158. What did the Hou Yi say? $165. 166 with the heavy ones. With the lightweight ones, 169. 163. And the Tang Chang An with the heavy arrows. Hou Yi, 142. Goes through the target. 159 more likely. The lightweight ones. Oh, it feels really like cry firing. 176. Yeah, 178. So, fastest of them all. But it feels a little, maybe we need to change the brace height because it's a little loud and it feels a little like, ah. There you have it, 3 incredible bows for sure. What do I like about the Zhu Ran overall? First of all, the aesthetics and the finishing and this really premium look. And then overall performance is really nothing to complain. Handle feels good, you have nice control, a narrow arrow pass. What I don't like was that the handle is slightly bending. If you don't mind, it's not a big thing, and when you only draw here, go away, don't go in the shed. Oh, cats. When you draw 30 inches is fine, but as you start pulling further back, beyond 33, 34 inches, you really feel the handle bending. If you don't mind, not a thing. I feel it, and this is the one thing I don't like about this bow. What do I like about the Hou Yi? It's a different kind of beast. Madonna, scratched. So what I like is, with this bow I get the most feedback, and you really know what you're doing. With the others you get there too, but this one instantly a nice feedback, so I like this. What I don't like on this bow is we need to have some inlays here. Look, when you're down to cut throw, you shoot the wrong arrows, you really beat up your bow badly here. So this would be one thing, Vegh, if you would consider making 2 small inlays like others have. Of course it's a little more, and then it's just the narrowest part and you weaken it more. I know that maybe it's possible. That would be my one wish for the Hou Yi. Other than that, this is just an incredible bow. And the Tang Chang An is overall what I like of this bow. First of all, asymmetrical design. I'm a fan of asymmetrical bows, because then you shoot them symmetrical. Every symmetrical build bow you shoot asymmetrical, if you know what I mean. So this is first thing what I like. And second, the draw of this one is simply like there is nothing. It has the same poundage, but you don't feel it. So this is due to the geometry of the bow, or I don't know. Here you is like nothing. So what I really like is this feeling of draw. What I don't like is that it's loud, noisy, and has a little, this sound with the 500 grain arrows, they are already too lightweight. So with this one I would not feel comfortable shooting 500 grain arrows. 650 is fine, but you really should stick to heavy arrows with this one. I didn't feel it that much with the other bow, so this is the one downside if you wish, of the Tang Chang An, but still an incredible one. Just now as a takedown version, it's just perfect. It's only quite heavy compared to the other 2. And then it's really, you need to know which design you like. They are not so far off each other. And what is important for you. So if price is the only deciding factor, you need to go with the AF bow, the cheapest. If I don't know if AF will make this one in takedown, then the unique selling proposition of the Tang Chang An is gone, that you can have this as a takedown, which is really, really cool, and it works very well. And we still have, even if it's a takedown, a very narrow arrow pass. And then I think with the Vegh we have here 20 millimeters, AF managed in 18 millimeters and put an arrow pass on both sides. So I think it should be possible for a Vegh bow to put some nice arrow pass in it. It doesn't have to be deep, you know, 0.5 millimeter, a horn, or whatever this wood you use there, something, you know, something that there's something in it, that you don't scratch up and beat up your bow that much. Because these bows sometimes you don't shoot with katra and stuff like this, or torque, so would be nice. Speed wise, you saw them, they are not so different. I think Alibow was the fastest. And for the rest, it's simply, if you don't like, because you don't like to buy from China and have the hassle, you live in Europe and you have a problem with it, you can go with the European version. If you don't mind, like me, because, you know, the companies in China are not the Chinese government, I have no problem. So if I would have to decide, it's really hard to tell. I like them all three. They all have something on their own. So the most probably best bang for the buck, for sure, this one has the longest jaw, is the cheapest, has the narrowest arrow pass, looks extremely premium. So most probably this one would be the way to go. On the other side, if it's about the shooting, the draw of this one is nice too, but the feedback of the Hou Yi is, for me, a little better. And the Tang Chang An takedown, and it's the Alibow optics. If you like it, it's there. If you don't like it, it's there. Of course, you can have different colors, and in black, and looks really good, and in pink, and in red, and blue. Well crafted, well made. It's really hard to tell, so I don't want to give numbers. You saw what I did, you heard my impressions, and I think you can make up your own opinion. What I would like is that we simply shorten the tips here, because this is such an unused weight which we don't need, Mr. Vegh and Peter. So this could be shorter, because it doesn't add anything when you look at the other two. When you put them string grooves aside, and you see how far off the Vegh bow is, it's one finger width more for no reason, and the inlay, and then I would be happy with this bow. Then it would make the decision harder between these two. I think overall, still AF is easy to string, easy to manage, cheap, looks premium, shoots nice, has carbon in it, doesn't twist, doesn't wiggle, shoots all arrow weights. This one directly there too, doesn't throw that far. Shoots nice, easy to string, no deal. And this one, if you never strung a bow, because it has this real C shape, a little harder to string. And with this one, the feedback was not there that much, and you need heavy arrows. That's all I have for you. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and please, I saw in my statistics that 80% of the ones who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel, so maybe you want to consider subscribing. Would help my channel, and you would get to see earlier when I release a new video, which happens every week or twice or 3 times a week. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for your comments, for your thumbs up, for your thumbs down. You are all legends. Thank you. Stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.